South Africa has made many changes to its economic system over the past 2 decades. In the 80s to mid-90s, the economy was based more on a command system. As the political climate has changed, it is currently a mixed economy, but there are still major industries controlled by government, like oil. Currently, there has been a major push to privatize all industries, but this has been hindered by the current government. South Africa is one of the strongest economies in Africa today. Economic growth, measured by the annual GDP, has shown very little progress over the past 2 to 3 years. In the early 2000s, South Africa was seeing large growth in the area of 5%, but took a huge drop in the economic crisis of 2008. There has been a rebound over the past couple of years, but once again has slowed. GDP growth in 2015 was only 1.26%. Total GDP was $314 billion compared to the U.S.'s $18 trillion. As the graph for GNI per capita PPP shows, there's been a steady disparity between South Africa and U.S. over the past 25 years. The data shows that South Africa has become more expensive compared to the U.S., and the PP factor is over 5.5 in 2015. The Human Developmental Index, an important criteria for economic development. A score of 1 shows high economic development. However, South Africa has a score of 0.666 versus the U.S. with 0.915. There are many factors that make up the score. As we can see from the table, South Africa falls short compared to U.S. in many aspects, including life expectancy with over a 20-year difference. One of the reasons of low life expectancy is the high homicide rate and crime rate. One of the negative signs of economic growth in South Africa is the high unemployment rate of over 25.1%. How has this affected foreign investment into South Africa as well as investment out of the country? If we look at net outflow of FDI, we see that over the past 4 to 5 years, there has been a significant movement of money and investment out of South Africa. It appears similar to the United States. Many companies are looking outside of South Africa due to government instability. And many developing countries are also providing incentives, including tax rates, to move these businesses out of the country. Net inflow of FDI into South Africa has significantly slowed in the past 2 years. There was a nice investment into South Africa from 2007 to 2013, but that has seen a sharp decrease in 2015. Once again, many point to political instability as a key factor.
South Africa recently avoided a downgrade to so-called junk status by the ratings agency Standard & Poor's, which cited its slow economic growth as a major area of concern. Most feel the economy has bottomed out, but the recovery will be slow.
Business confidence surveys are telling us that the majority of survey respondents, in other words, firms in South Africa, are not confident. And when you drill down into what their main bugbears are, the biggest constraint to business, we are told, is the untidiness of our domestic political arrangements.